So what's it with Don Jazzy, man? He's just a producer at the end of the day, but he's such a big phenomenon in the Nigerian music scene.
Don Jazzy is probably the greatest producer to ever come out of Nigeria.
OJB will disagree though.
And I'll state my points. You need to ask why Don Jazzy has remained relevant over 10 years in the game. 2004, his entry, and this is 2015, officially 11 years strong, right? You need to ask why Don Jazzy is the only music producer that has or commands the respect of an A-list artist in this country. If you are talking about the biggest artists in this country, celebrities or entertainers, Don Jazzy makes every top list, right? You need to understand why people in other industries that don't have anything to do with entertainment respect and revere Don Jazzy so much. You need to ask yourself why no other producer has been able to replicate half of what Don Jazzy has done in the last 11 years.
Yeah, but what's the secret formula?
These are critical questions that we need to sit down and analyze, and that's what we're going to do here on Facts Only. First of all, Don Jazzy understands his artistry, he understands his production level, he understands everything that has to do about music. While other producers, spend some time, come and go, Don Jazzy has clearly identified where he can remain relevant and how he can remain relevant. First of all, he must always have a team. And he has understood that now, Don Jazzy's formula might not be the same formula another producer might pick. But you need to understand that as a music producer in Nigeria, you need to have a working formula for you. Half of the music producers we have in this country last for, say, maximum 4 years, and after 4 years, can't produce any hit and they go.
Yeah, but it's critical to say that Don Jazzy is sort of dimensional, that you can understand Don Jazzy's beats and his type of music, that is not really versatile, that just sticks to one particular sound.
So that's the formula. Stick to one particular sound and break the market with it. Okay, so since 2004, when he came with Don Jazzy, with D'banj, right, from the records they were making, Tongolo, Why Me, all these albums, the Entertainer albums, and the More Hits albums, Don Jazzy remained in one position, the mysterious producer, the guy who would not really talk, but did a lot of beats, and was on the chorus and the hooks and the rest. That was his formula. When he and D'banj broke up in 2011, he took on another formula, be all up in everybody's faces. So 2 different formulas, but for 2 different situations. And that's someone who understands how to tap into the Nigerian music scene and the Nigerian entertainment scene and break through. Don Jazzy, like I said, always works in teams. So from Mo Hits to Mavin to wherever he is, he's always been working with a team.
Even JJC from back.
You understand? Even with the JJC clique, he was always working in a team. So he understands that about him, that for a producer to exist, I need to have... Don Jazzy is probably one of the very few producers that has signed producers to his team. That's how dedicated he is to what he's doing. He owns Mavin Records. He has about 5 or 6 artists signed to him. He knows he can't do all the beats. So he has Baby Fresh and he has all teams working with him, and together they handle production. Same thing he was doing in Mo Hits, where he had Dr. Frabs and there was Shizzy and all these guys in the background. Yeah. So it's a smart move from him.
You said that he was once mysterious, but now he has removed that and he's actually coming to the forefront. Do you think Don Jazzy might be overexposing himself at the end of the day and burn out?
Well, like I said, it's a strategy. You spent like 4 or 5 years. In fact, you spent about 6 years in the background, only singing on choruses, not granting interviews and the likes. And he switches it up. Everybody switches it up. You understand? Jay-Z switched it up. Every artist at one point in your life, you need to always switch it up to even be consistent. Consistency is not about. There's a thing between consistency and being dynamic, and Don Jazzy is very dynamic. It means that at a point he noticed that if I stay in the background too much, I don't have the band beside me anymore. I need to come out. I need to reveal myself to these people. Let me demystify myself a bit, which he has done, and he scored 100% on it. So Don Jazzy is like is a social media maven. On social media, Don Jazzy is probably the most influential person, right? From starting trends to, how was Dorobuchi even released? It went viral on social media before the song even came out. So from Twitter to Don Jazzy was the first set of people started giving credit to people. Airtime to people on Twitter before everybody jumped on that bandwagon. To the competitions that were running on Instagram and all that. He has always pioneered all those things.
Speaking of social media, do you think that is really a selling point? Because Davido, Wizkid all have active social media accounts. So what is Don Jazzy really doing at the end of the day?
Definitely a selling point. Definitely a huge selling point for him. Like I said, he's a producer, so he's limited. It means he's still in the background, even if he demystifies himself. He doesn't have his own songs. Don Jazzy doesn't even have one record to himself.
Official record to
one
himself.
official record to himself. So how can he always be in the faces of people? Where you have other artists like releasing songs and granting interviews and putting their faces in putting themselves in the face of people. Don Jazzy can't do that because he's a music producer. So the best way for him to do that is social media. Now, if you want to think about Wizkid and Davido not doing as much as Don Jazzy and achieving results, think about it. How much would they do? How much more would they be? Bigger would they be if they take Don Jazzy's formula and run with it? It will be probably double of what they're achieving now. So if their level of success is where it is right now, which is great, if they took on that Don Jazzy formula, it will be way more.
Do you think Don Jazzy should release an album, or should he just stick to being the producer, sing on hooks, feature here, feature there?
For me, I think it's a matter of time where he releases his own album. But we're all looking forward to the Mavin album. Speaking about the Mavin, you can see how influential Don Jazzy has been, right? So influential that his fire has so caught on the other team members like Ricardo Banks, all the Mavin guys, Korede Bello. Don Jazzy gets an endorsement. Everybody gets an endorsement. In the space of 1 year, Don Jazzy was able to blow up Korede, the Mavin 2.0s, Dija, Korede Bello, and Ricardo Banks. They all have endorsement deals now, based off what? Based off one song that gave birth to other songs. Which other producer is doing that now? Which other producer is even breaking artists as much as Don Jazzy's breaking artists? Name one.
True that, but
I mean, they're trying, but they're not doing as good as what Don Jazzy is doing.
yeah, but if you look at it, Don Jazzy has a huge personality. How has he been able to live up to his standard, his huge personality, and not overshadow the new guys?
I think he's been able to do that by keeping it within the team. How many productions have you heard of Don Jazzy producing for other artists? He's basically kept it within the team, and if he keeping it within his circle, he's also brought his other artists and pushed them up.
They're all benefiting from it.
They are benefiting, and he knows how to manage the process by staying in the background a bit and also supporting the artists. So if you check their videos, he's there, but he's basically not overshining them. So nobody feels hurt, nobody feels bad, unlike some other producers or some other, record label owners we know, they're going to be in all the videos, they're going to have product placements in all the videos, but Don Jazzy kind of balances it out. At the end of the day, it's all about investing in people and investing in resources. Don Jazzy has invested in people all these years and resources. I mean, he has a chief technology officer. It's that big. That's how much he understands, how to get results. Yeah. He can't do it alone. And that's where a lot of producers have failed. So the likes of OJB, and you can count many more, right? Were they making the right investments? Were they signing the right contracts with people? Investment is an important role in business, and Don Jazzy understands this. Facts on it.